Hi, this is Emma from Centered Within, and this is Animal Magic. This is a psychic reading for your horses. Is there a message for them, or are they trying to tell you something? Just follow your own rhythm. This is just jumped through straight away. And this reminds me of conversations having with someone that's owned quite a few horses, and from the yearling upwards, and I think even they had a foal. I'm not 100% sure, but we speak quite a bit. She has quite a few animals and I work with her, but she was saying, we were talking about the connection she has with her mares. She's got 2 mares and what her mares have taught her. And what's dropped in, and it's follow your own rhythm. There's a lot of technicalities when you own a horse, ride a horse, a lot of things you do. And there's a lot of things you should do. I'm not saying that, because obviously we need to feed them in the right way, exercise them, have them cared for in a certain way that obviously allows them to grow and develop. But there's also an element of you following your intuition, you following what you think is right for your horse. And that's what your horse is saying. It's like, feed into the, the connection that we've got, and then a lot more will flow. And then you'll have that rhythm of what you feel, because a lot of people have a lot of things to say. I found that, because I owned a horse before, and I found that in the horse world, it's quite a competitive, even at the low level, it's quite competitive. You should be doing this, why aren't you doing this, why is your horse doing this, my horse never did this. Every single horse is so different, like every single human being is so different. Yes, there are people with huge amount of expertise and years of experience. And yes, it's great to learn from them as well. But what they did doesn't necessarily going to fit what you are doing or have done. Because you may have learned a different element. There may be something you've learned in the past that you think will work, but you're doubting it because someone else with greater experience has come in and said, no, just don't do that. This is time for you to come in and follow your flow, because it's going to enhance your relationship with your horse. And this is what your horse is letting you know, that with the connection that you have, you know a far greater reason to do what you're doing than someone with 20 years experience, because that person doesn't have the connection with your horse. They have the technical connection, they have the vision of this because they've done this with a horse, that with a horse, or they've done this with a horse and that with a horse. And that's not to say there's something to learn from that, and that's not to say, because there's always something to learn. But doesn't mean that someone with 20, 30, 40 years experience, had 30 horses, can come in and say to you, no, that is wrong, because it may not be wrong for you and your horse. Because of the connection that you have, you understand that doing it this way will have a better outcome for the both of you. Because this person doesn't know you either, doesn't truly know you. The only person who knows you is you. And this person will know the horse by its breed, its upbringing, its experience. So that they've got the theory, which is nothing, which is great. It's nothing to say that's not great. But you have brought in a different element. So there may be something you want to try to do, but you're frightened to, because other people are coming in going rah, 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 like that. This is for you to try, and because it's you following your flow, following your intuition, following what you know feels right, and it will teach you so much. You might find halfway through, think, okay, maybe this is not right, but you've learned so much from that experience, and you might tweak it and change it, or maybe finish with it altogether. but that experience in itself has taught you so much. Instead of someone coming in and doing a massive imprint of their experience and you just following that, and what have you learned? You've just learned to follow. Whereas you follow your flow, and you can take elements from people because it feels right for you. But when you've done your thing, the amount of experience and growth you'll get from that is unbelievable. And this is what your horse is letting you know. This is what your horse is showing to you. This is what your horse is wanting you to know. You know, together we've got this. Don't doubt yourself, because you've got a lot more than you give yourself credit for. And you'll learn so much more by doing it this way, by following your flow. Just seeing if there's anything else that needs to come through. It was quite a very powerful message. It was like that needed to be said. All messages need to be said, but some come with through much more gusto, because it's like, you know, we need to get you to hear this type of message. I'm just seeing if there's anything else that needs to come through. No, that's it. Sending you so much love. Bye.